Hello, beautiful people in there. Welcome one more time to my channel. Today, in Amplifying Voices, we have a lot of things to discuss. The podcast, we're not just talk, we communicate with our intention. I am José, and today I'm going to share with you and my partners one specific topic that I like. The power of anecdotes in public speaking. If you want to apply in your life, stay here. I have three brilliant and wonderful people in here. So, Ismael Vargas.
Hello, mister. Thank you for the invitation. So, I'm Ismael Vargas, as my wonderful friend said, and I'm here to share all knowledge as possible, but in style.
Vivian Guevara.
Hello, and I'm here with If I Get It, You Will Get It too energy.
And last but not least, Liz.
Hello people, and thank you José for the invitation.
Welcome.
And I'm ready to tell you a lot of anecdotes.
I love it. So we are going to start. Here we go. Hey, I have a question for you. Why do anecdotes have much power in public speaking? Well, a Stanford study found that only 5% people remember the statistic from a presentation, but the only 63% remember the story told.
Absolutely agree with you.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, statistics might impress, but stories move you, you know? It's like, that couldn't happen to me.
That's important, keep in mind, because there's science behind it. When you hear a story, your brain activates the sensory cortex, the motor areas, and the amygdala. So it's like your brain imagine the whole story.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you live that, but you didn't. Sorry, and it's like magic. So your brain play with yourself, and it's like learn a new experience. So that's a good thing.
Yes, that's why you get way too invested in a random TikTok when someone is talking about their breakup while flipping a pancake. And suddenly you are like, really? They dump you? And after you made blueberry batter from scratch, and that's your brain saying, yes, give me more of that emotional and drama.
Yeah, that's the key. I mean, empathy isn't built with definition, it's built with shared experience. I mean, a good anecdote turns the audience into part of the message.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, absolutely. And it's not just what story you tell, it's how you tell the story. An effective anecdote needs a simple structure. For example, the start, the beginning, the first characteristic that you need to put it into practice when you want to tell a story.
Really important.
For example, where you go, where you were, for example, what's happened. The second one, the conflict, what's changed, what's gone wrong in your story. And the last one, maybe the most important, for me it's the most important, the resolution. How do you end your story? Because the major of people are always going to prefer a good end in their life, you know? It's like overcome a fear, for example. So that's important when you want to tell a story.
Yeah, I think the same, but for example, that conflict, I think without conflict, there's no stories. And maybe something needs to break that calm, and even if it's something simple or for example, something small, like I couldn't find my pen drive just before the presentation, and you can start from there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, and no exaggerating, because people can tell when drama is invented just for attention. Once I told a story about walking into the ground classroom and staying there the whole period. And I use it to talk about improvising and adapting and it was something very simple but real.
Real.
Yes.
And that's where more than force a story. And a good story, short and purposeful, has more impact than perfect definition. And that's as emotional or visual. Even better. It's your turn,
It's
my
even
friend.
better.
So
yes.
in
Yeah.
that way, I think it's called a neurocoupling. You know,
Yeah,
it's when the speaker and the audience brains up.
yeah.
It's like a connection between the person who tell the story and the person who hear the story. In that way, we need to connect. It's
Yeah.
like a connection between a religion, some
Topics.
things like that. And that in this strategy, TED Talks start with personal story, not only with theory. It's like a comedian in Mexico, Franco Escamilla. They always start with a personal experience in order to say
Something funny
exactly.
for the audience.
And in that way, he connect with the audience.
Yeah,
And you say, that's funny, but that happened to me.
yeah,
I didn't say in that way, you know.
It's
Yeah.
a way to connect
Between
together
people.
with the message.
It's like to give some funny to your problem, and you want to understand that it's not so bad.
yeah. You're gonna laugh of the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And you're going to go overcome that.
that is the way that made that when you have your audience keeping your attention. Okay,
Yes,
keeping
exactly.
attention. Yeah, and to prove, and this is a just blah blah blah. We have a real example in this. Simon Sif is a pro because he begins his thought with a leader it last, okay? And he tells a military body story, okay? And he got you hooked and before his main point.
Yes, and he has a book about.
Yeah.
And also in her TED
Talk,
Talk,
yeah.
she Mamanda Adish. She is African woman, and she starts her presentation with a really interesting anecdote.
Yeah.
She starts saying that her teacher assumed that all the Africans were poor. And it wasn't just like a storytelling, it was like a strategic way to smash all the stereotypes in the first minute. And the people connect with that. It's like, what?
Yeah. I think.
She explained in her TED Talk. I recommend you.
Even in comedy, some use absurd family stories to talk about self-esteem, trauma, or identity. And you laugh, but the message, it's there, sticks.
Okay.
Yes.
I got it. I think I got it. And I'm going to say the main point. That's also called a narrative persuasion. It's something that we going to use every day without even know. Because
Yes.
you are. I didn't try to manipulate some person. I tried to connect with the person. Yeah, I
Yes,
know.
that's the purpose.
My brothers know that. But
It's about to connect, not manipulate.
exactly.
Maybe.
No. It's a problem to shape ideas, attitude, and behavior. It's like to consult. You know, if you know that a person going to do something bad, you're not to leave the person alone. You're going to try to connect with the person and try to
Convenient.
save him, to convince. Exactly. So it's not about manipulation. It's about to connect with the person, with their souls, with their minds.
So
With purpose.
no, I think the anecdotes aren't filler. They could be more inspiration, could be more power tools to combine, inspire, as I already said, and move your audience. Okay, you try to carry the audience that you way too good. Okay, for example, if you have a real story, they are gonna follow. They're gonna follow the story and they're gonna identify immediately that you have that experience not at the same time, but in one time that you have that experience, they are gonna say, yes, I do that. That's what happened to me, as I already said.
I love
Yeah,
that.
and that's important. But we need to keep in mind that it's a powerful tool that
Yeah.
you need to use to educate, not
Yeah.
manipulate.
Well,
Some person, political, I don't know,
Are
always
you
going to do,
using that?
just believe me, I'm going to help you,
Yeah.
but when I be president, I'm going to forget you. You
Yeah.
know? But I don't know. We need to put it to practice in a good way.
Yeah.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
can be used for different purpose.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
depends of the person that is using the
But
story.
that's dangerous.
Actually.
Yes.
That's dangerous.
Maybe in your hands.
No, bro,
Yeah.
I just say that. How
Okay.
dare you?
How dare you?
No.
My
Yeah.
partner here
Sorry,
have
sorry.
advice for you, and to put it into practice, and you can start to say it.
Exactly. I'm going to share some important tips that you can use in your daily routine. For example, short and direct. Go to the straight. Go to the point. You know, it's not
Try.
about
Yes, try to.
going to tell a lot of things in your novel of your life. No, 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 no. Go to the straight. The second one,
Straight to the
relevant.
point.
Don't force random stories. You don't have to be epic person and you kill a dinosaur or something like that. No, you have to be humble. Just humble,
Yeah.
and the story that happened to you, it's okay.
It could be simple, something short.
Yeah,
Nothing
course.
random.
Of course.
Yes.
Third one, and we can be an honest person. No about the story. It's about your feelings. For example, if something affects you, and you say, "No, I'm okay. I'm a man. Yeah, okay. I'm a man." But I don't going to say something wrong about my feelings. I have to be honest in order to connect the person who's next to me. And the last one, avoid pointless detail. I don't know. It's and if you can say, use sensory details. You know, use sensory language. For example, you don't say I was nervous. I'm a bit afraid. No, you can say, or you could say, my hands were shaking. You know, it's more genuine, it's more honest, and you can just be yourself.
More easier.
Exactly.
Easier.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
Is there
and show vulnerability because we are humans, and being real with your audience, it helps you to connect more than being perfect because all of us knows that nobody is perfect in this world.
Yes.
now one does.
And we don't we have to be careful with this because about don't cross the line because you need to be real but not too real
Yeah.
because it
Absolutely.
could be awkward if you don't want to say that story in your speech maybe it's not the right
Decision.
it's not the right decision to tell that story because it could be awkward and we want to connect with the people not
Yeah.
like square.
We have to
Yeah.
be sure about what we are going to talk about.
And sometimes you just don't be okay with some person, and you don't have to tell anything. Just be yourself.
Yeah, exactly. The anecdotes couldn't be a confession. Would be a tool to use for that to make a connection. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And when you are using in right way, you can elevate any speech that you will do. Okay. So
Yeah, it's like be another person, because you are lying. You know.
yeah, you are lying or acting, so something like that. Acting because you are living not other person, but you are interpreting
Another life.
another life with another you,
Yeah.
but with more confidence, with more aura. You know,
Yeah, of course.
you know what I mean.
I know that.
Yeah,
I studied Spanish. No worry.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you are giving a presentation or speaking to others, don't start with a dictionary definition because it could be boring and it is not real. And you can tell something that matters to you, something that you feel, something that you can explain easily. And the story doesn't have to be big. You can tell something that could be simple but real, and that's the important part of this. You need to be honest, and the story need to be useful for your speech.
Yes, absolutely agree with you. For example, I was about to say that, but okay. For example, a good story can open minds, share idea, or at least make people listen to you. But I think that a good story can connect to the people. I can remember, I mean my girlfriend in the way. I just try to say a random story, something that happened to me in the past, and I connect with she. So it's important. Be humble. Be yourself. Be a genius person. It's like some people I would say that, but be yourself. It's the key.
Yes, and another important, very important point is that if you don't know how to start something, or if you don't know what to tell, start with something that you would have wanted to hear when you were in your audience shoes. Yes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And to conclude this video and this podcast, I would like to say thank you for joining us on Amplifying Voices. Thank you for my friends in here, my invites.
Thank
okay?
you for invitation.
And
us.
yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you
if
for
you want to
inviting
come,
us.
yeah, if you want to come again, you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then I want to say thank you, and remember that make your voice leave a mark. Not because it's a perfect, just because it's human. Okay. Until next time. See you. See you tomorrow.
you.
See you
See
next
you.
time. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and put the like, then put the the bell in a good way. Yeah. Yeah.
Of course.
No fue posible. Enough. Okay. We are gonna say thank you because this video was impossible without Career Films. Okay. So you need to follow you in Instagram. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna. Eso lo vas a cortar, hermano. Eso lo vas a cortar.
No, yo move you,
Yeah.
It's like that could happen to me.